is the Bill Squire Show.
Hey, we're live.
Hello, everyone.
We're doing things a little different this week.
Good morning.
I think this is what I want to start doing. I want to start doing it live.
Oh, God, in the morning?
Well, I think this is a good time for it.
Ugh.
You love it, everybody.
I love everything about this.
You love being up in the morning.
Yep.
You love your coffee. You got good coffee, though.
It is good coffee. Thank you for the coffee.
You're welcome.
I like my morning voice.
Ah, there we go. All right, sounds good. All right. So far we have no one viewing,
Great.
but hopefully that'll change. But we can just perform as if there's
The whole world is watching.
sure. That's
Here,
fine.
I'm yelling already. It's been 5 seconds. You're all welcome.
She loves yelling. Welcome to the Bill Squire Show. I'm just trying to see. I guess that's all right like that. The Bill Squire Show. We're doing things a little different today. Doing it live, and then we're gonna play an interview from Michael Albanese, who's a comedian and cook and an all-around swell guy.
Oh,
He's like an
chicken wing guy?
actor. Yeah.
Nice.
And we're going to make all his stuff tomorrow.
And he says we, and he means me.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to scoot you in a little bit and scoot me out. There we go.
Okay,
I feel like that's better.
All right.
All right. So you wanted to yell at me about something.
I did want to yell at you about something. You went on a date. 2 dates.
Well,
Without me.
let's recap last week's episode where I told you about sex dreams.
Yeah, okay. You had some sex dreams about some bitches.
Mm-hmm.
And turns out on my birthday, you're going on dates with both of these bitches.
Well, one of them was more of a date than the other. More like it was just like a cash hang with one of them.
Oh,
And the
God.
other one was like we actually had dinner and stuff.
What'd you have for dinner?
I had a filet mignon.
Oh, rude.
It was so good too. It was so
Fuck
good.
you. Now I'm mad.
Hilarities is so underrated as a restaurant because there's Hilarities and there's Pickwick and Frolic. Anthony he just said, Bill, I'd say I love the show, but you don't like accolades. Perfect. Just say the show exists. I think that's hey Bill, the Bill Squire Show, it exists. I think that's how you show me that you appreciate the show.
Yeah, just put it in your ear holes.
Put it in your ear holes and your eye holes and
Well,
put it in
whichever. Whatever holes you
all
prefer.
your holes. Yeah, we're not gonna tell you which holes to put it in. We're not that
No.
that pushy. So yeah, we went on a little date last night, and Hilarities.
A little date on my
Pickwick
birthday.
in Frolic is an amazing restaurant. Yes, it was your birthday. Happy birthday! What'd you get for your birthday?
Nothing.
Not one thing.
Not one thing. You went on dates with other ladies. That was my birthday gift.
Well, I was trying to get those ladies to come home and bang you. So
Well, that didn't happen.
no,
Happy
it didn't
fucking
because you
birthday
sent
to
me instead of you. If you would have been the one on the date, then you would have gotten what you wanted. But you sent me on the date because you had to work.
No, I have to have a job.
Mm-hmm. Oh, filet. Okay, Mr. Fancy Pants. Yes, it was a very nice filet mignon. So good. And their mashed potatoes, and they had like fried crunchy leeks on top. It was so good. Love it.
What else are we talking about?
I don't know. What happened to my background? My background went away. I'm going to go back. There we go.
Nice.
What else? Well, is that all the yelling you're going to do?
It is 11 o'clock in the morning.
That's
so
not late. That's not early. It's late.
Do you know who I am?
Yes. You were up yesterday just this early.
Yeah, because I couldn't sleep.
And why were you up that early, though? What did I get you?
Oh, you did give me donuts.
Yes. And I got you 2 presents. I actually have a 3rd present for you.
Stop doing that.
Well, I forgot I bought it.
Well, now I'm yelling again.
Well, you're getting another present.
I don't like when you buy me things.
I know you don't, but you're going to get another present. What if I say I stole it?
That's much better.
Okay, then I'll just tell you that I stole it.
Jesus Christ.
Hi, Bill and Sam. Thank you for joining the chat, Liz.
Hello, Liz.
So tell them about the other present that you got.
That one over there. That beautiful bus.
Do you want to go get it?
No, I can't get up.
Why not?
Because my legs are comfortable.
All right. Well, I got her a Lego
Volkswagen
bus.
bus, and I'm so excited. And instead of watching the Super Bowl, I'm building that.
And that's my birthday present.
Mm-hmm.
Is that she just lets me watch the Super Bowl. What a lucky guy.
Okay. You are lucky.
I agree. Been a lot luckier if you could have closed those deals.
Oh, would have been a lot cooler if I didn't have to work.
Yeah, that would have been cooler.
Mm-hmm.
Donuts that make you go nuts. What's your favorite donut?
Favorite donut? Ooh, okay, all of them. But
That's like your favorite. Like, you'd much rather have a donut over a birthday cake.
absolutely. And I've had donuts for a birthday cake for the past 2 years now.
Yeah.
Got this train going. 3 years, actually.
Is it 3 years?
It's been 3 now.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm. Favorite? I don't know. Like, a sprinkled donut really does it for me.
You really like a sprinkled donut. I'm not sprinkled donuts because sprinkles don't really taste like anything.
Yeah, but they're crunchy and they add texture.
All right.
That's
all
the
right.
whole thing.
That's fair. But I'd rather the texture come from like peanuts or like a crunched up candy bar or something like that.
Yeah, well, sprinkles, they're
You said
pretty.
the s'mores one was pretty good.
S'mores one was good.
Went to Jack Frost Donuts, which is over in like near Parma. It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
All fresh made donuts every single day.
Sometimes they have apple fritters bigger than your head.
Whoa! And you have a tiny head.
I have a small head. But these apple fritters.
Are they bigger than my head?
Yes.
That's too big.
No.
Are you sure?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
You can take all that fritter?
Oh, God. Not at one time.
Oh. All right. So, is there anything else you want to yell at me about?
Why do I have to be the asshole that yells at you?
I don't know, because that's kind of what your role on this show is. Or you yell about things.
I just yell.
Yeah, you're just a yeller.
Apparently. Have you guys met my mom? That's where I get it from.
They haven't. Why would they have met your mom?
Oh. I don't know.
We've been watching Friends lately, and there's a new segment that I'm going to do with Michael where I rewrote a Chandler joke.
Who's Michael? Oh, that
He's
guy.
the guest.
Okay.
And
Sorry.
it's pretty fun. I'm pretty happy about it. I think you guys will enjoy it. But I love Friends, and there's a lot of people that like have like hate for Friends. They can't stand Friends. But I think it's such
I
a
love
silly,
Friends.
fun show.
It's ridiculous. and
It's
I
so
like it.
ridiculous. And then also, I like the drama of it. It's corny as hell. It's so goddamn corny, but it's so good.
You almost cried the other day. What was happening in that
Oh, that was the
episode?
one where Ben talked for the first time.
Yep.
And
Fucking sappy
just
dad shit.
Sappy dad shit gets me every time. Sappy dad shit.
What movie
will
did we watch on
always-
vacation that you were crying about?
Oh, well, we watched like 3 movies.
No, but there's the one that got you
There was the
with the family.
Instant Family.
Yeah.
Fuck that movie. That was brutal. It's adopted kids, and they're like, oh, we don't know if we can be parents, and then they like, oh, we're learning more. We love these kids for family. Oh, that was a rough movie. And if you like, I didn't adopt kids, but I step parent, so I relate to a lot of those emotions that they went through, and it was brutal. But I also like stuff like that.
Nope,
like,
hate it.
Make me feel those feelings sometimes.
Nope, hate it.
And it has to come through, like, I can't just feel them on my own. I need something to activate them, like movies or TV commercials or something. Sometimes a TV commercial can be good, just get you right in the feels.
Right in the feels. Yeah, those Pepsi commercials really get me in the feels.
But then you cried when we watched the other one.
Queen and Slim, because it's
Yeah.
a romantic movie and they both die. You're welcome.
Yeah. Nobody saw it.
Nobody saw it. It's fine. It was. Ugh. That was instant family for them too.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Because they were put in a situation. First date. It started in Cleveland.
Oh, it did?
Mm-hmm. You didn't pay attention.
I was probably drinking. We were on vacation.
We were very drunk most of that trip. That was a great trip.
Mm-hmm. It was fun.
It was a good time. So you
Me? What now?
did
What I do?
I feel like there's one other thing I wanted to talk to you about, but I can't remember. Should we
Uh-huh.
just go to Super Bowl? Let's talk about the Super Bowl.
Fuck the Super
We're gonna
Bowl.
make the wings that the peanut butter jelly wings.
Uh-huh.
Very excited about that. You're not excited about that.
I don't like it.
Why don't you like it?
I don't want to eat peanut butter and jelly wings.
Well, we can make peanut butter and jelly wings and then other wings that you want to eat.
I'm just saying that doesn't sound like it's gonna taste good. It can be great, but I'm not on board.
You're gonna try it though, right? You gotta try at least one.
I don't have to do anything.
He sold me on them. Like they look great, and I think it's gonna be very good.
We'll see.
It's a little sweet and savory. You're not much of a sweet and savory, though.
Hate them.
Why do you hate sweet and savory so much?
I like them separate.
But they work so well together.
I like them separate.
All right, fine. Well, then just drink the peanut butter sauce separate.
2 shots of peanut butter sauce?
Yeah.
Is there whiskey in there?
Yeah.
Is there?
I mean, no, but we can make it. I got more peanut butter whiskey.
All right.
I'm a big fan of peanut butter whiskey, by the way.
It's good in coffee.
It's great in coffee.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hello, everyone.
Mm-hmm. We need bigger coffee cups.
They make bigger cups. I have one at home I can bring over.
These ones are not big enough.
Those ones specifically are very small.
They're very small. Like, I had to
They were
sip
free.
it down, and I put them like you know, I got the Keurig, and you can do 8 ounces, 10 ounces, or 12 ounces, and 8 ounces almost fills this to the brim.
Yeah, those are small cups.
Yeah.
Ow. Whoopsie, stop eating my foot.
You have large ears, but small hearing.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to talk about your haters?
No?
You don't want to give them the satisfaction?
What's to fucking talk about?
I don't know. You were clapping back, and you're experiencing something that I've experienced so many times, and it's like your first time going through it.
Yeah, but like nobody's opinion matters, including mine, so it doesn't like.
But your experience matters.
Sure.
So, like, what was that like?
I don't really remember. This is not good for me to do in the morning. I'm not all the way awake.
Maybe we'll get some true honesty.
What, am I lying this whole time?
I don't know. Just trying to see what you can do.
Ugh, I'm not.
But you
not a fucking circus monkey.
You got your feelings hurt.
Did I?
I feel like you did. You said it didn't feel great.
Well, it's annoying.
Yes, it's super annoying. But it's also like, I don't know what people are trying to accomplish by being so shitty.
Like what don't you have nothing better to do with your time?
Well, it's people that want to drag other people down. You're out there doing things, big things. Oh, I know what I want to talk about.
What?
The store.
Which store?
The Bill Squire merch store.
Oh, hell yeah.
So if you go to my Instagram or my Twitter, there's a link for a link tree, and it's got a link to the Bill Squire Show merch. And I just put up the Squire Masonry shirt.
I like that shirt a lot.
I like that shirt a lot, too.
Good shirt.
And so I got a hoodie ordered of it. But
Woo!
you can get like a hoodie or a t-shirt
I already
of
have a
it.
shirt.
And but that shirt's black and gray. This one's black with white, and I like the white design. So please do that. Check that out. Support the show that way. And then also, we're gonna have some sponsors soon.
What?
I've been talking with some people at work.
That's exciting.
We're gonna get some real sponsors on this show.
Hell yeah.
All right, should we turn on Michael Albanese?
It's up to you. You're the guy in charge.
Well, I mean, I think it's time. All right, so
Well, then it's time.
That's us. And
What?
I don't think Sam will be here when we come back because this is a pre-recorded segment. And so it's me talking to Michael Albanese. So here we go.
Bye, everyone.
Say goodbye. Hey, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of The Bill Squire Show. I'm your host, Bill Squire, and I'm here with Mike Albanese, comedian, actor, chef. Are you a chef or a cook? Like, I don't know. You look like you know what you're doing.
No, I think a chef, you have to be like, that's like an anointed, you have to be. Yeah. I've cooked in restaurants before, but I'm the opposite of a chef. If you saw the way I cut onions, you'd be like, this guy, does he actually know how to use a knife?
Well, I've been following you, and I love your videos that you do on just like making simple recipes that are delicious. Like, they look amazing.
Oh, thanks, man.
And I'm excited. I'm going to try the peanut butter jelly wings for the Super Bowl, and the chili that you made looks great. So my girlfriend's a cook too.
Cool.
She works in restaurants, and she's the same way. She's like, I'm not a chef because I didn't go through that path, but she knows what she's doing.
Right. Yeah, I feel the same way. Like, I've been a pizza cook, a brunch. I guess they called me the brunch chef, but that's just because I was the manager of a restaurant and the chef didn't want to do brunch. So they were like, you be the brunch chef. So I was like, all right, I guess technically you're calling me that, but I'm just slinging hash. But I'm the same thing. I've worked in every aspect of restaurants and just kind of kept that with me.
While we're on the subject of brunch or breakfast, my obsession that I've been trying to make lately, and I'm not someone that cooks often or even really ever, but I saw a video for Korean tornado eggs. Have you ever, or tornado omelet?
Is that the one where they like cut it down the middle and it That's a Japanese omelet, I think.
I think that's a Japanese one. The one it's just they put it in and it's just like an omelet, but then they take two chopsticks and they pull it towards the
like a spiral.
and they spiral it. Yeah. And I've been trying to make those and I've tried like 3 or 4 times and every time I get a little bit better, but it's one of those things where like I want to nail it just because she always, whenever I get on one of these kicks where I see something in like a YouTube video or like TikTok or something, she's like always laughing at me. She's like, "You're not going to be able to do that. I know your skills." And so this time I'm going to prove that I can make one thing.
Yeah, eggs are the hardest thing to make. Like whenever you cook, if you're like trying out or like applying to be a cook, sometimes they'll go, "All right, make me an egg, make me eggs," and that's what like a chef has done. I've done that several times. They're like, because if you either screw eggs up or you don't, like, and if you can manage an egg, like because they're so quickly you can screw up an egg. So
yeah, and that's what I've run into is like getting the heat just right.
Yeah,
be able to spin it and have it still be cooking, but not cook too fast so that it gets too rubbery or too cooked.
Yeah.
So
I feel like with those you got to start with a cold pan and then bring everything up to heat at the same time.
Yeah,
I've never done it, but that when you're trying to have like an egg that you can move around the pan a lot, it's usually that's a way to do that.
All right,
I've never done it.
I'll give that a shot. I think I've just been going too hot. I think that's a mistake that a lot of novice cooks make is they're like, well, if it's hot, then they'll cook faster and I'll be done sooner because we're just impatient.
Yeah. Have you ever done French scrambled eggs, like classic French eggs?
No, what's that? I don't even know what that is.
Oh, okay. It's so easy to do, but it just takes forever and it'll be the most impressive thing you can make. You literally just, same thing, cold pan, just beat eggs like you would a normal scramble, but you put them in and you put it on low heat.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as you start to see any heat, you're constantly whisking in the pan, take it off the heat for a couple and keep whisking, put it back over the heat, take it off, take it back. It could take you 20 minutes. And then about the second time you take it off, put like a knob of butter on it and then just keep bringing it in, bring off and on. And it's like, it's a game. It's like, this isn't eggs. Like you've never had eggs until you've tried those. It's a game changer, but it's just takes time. It's super easy. You just got to put the time into it.
Yeah.
But, it's so good. Can I curse?
That's all I have right now is time. So like things like that. And something that doesn't have like an overwhelming amount of ingredients is something that I like because when I feel
eggs and butter.
When I have to go and get like a bunch of stuff, like I'm prepared for this weekend because it's Super Bowl Sunday. So I'm going to go and do all that stuff. And I'm going to make that trek. But I like something like that where it's like, okay, butter and eggs. I have that. I can make that.
Yeah. Super easy.
What else are you making for Super Bowl Sunday?
Honestly, I don't think I'm making anything. It's where are you based out of?
I'm in Cleveland.
Okay, yeah. I don't know what Ohio's like right now, but New York's like a total lockdown. You can't go eat anywhere, no bars, no nothing. They've got like outdoor dining, but there's no TVs, so you're just stuck at home. So I might just make like, I don't know. I was thinking about making the Tom Brady diet for myself. I was just going to like take a really long time to make a glass of water, like melt the ice, stir it up, whip it, blend it, and then just drink water because that guy's a maniac.
Yeah, he's insane. Where are you from? Are you from New York?
No, I'm from, I was born in Philly, but I grew up and started comedy in Atlanta.
Okay. And then when did you make the trek to New York?
Like 7 years ago, maybe. Yeah, coming up on 7 maybe.
Nice. It's a tough nut to crack, but I mean, once you're out there, it's like I lived there for like a cup of coffee. Like, I mean, I was there 3 months and I was working the road a lot and I had a girlfriend that became a fiance. And so it made more sense to go back.
Yeah,
home.
the road will kill you when you're trying to live here. Because I was on the road a lot too, and I just had to be like, look, I got to pick one.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
And then COVID picked it for me. They were like, you're just going to stay home and not do comedy. So
yeah, you get to stay home and just be guests on podcasts of people that you never met before. It's brilliant. So what made you want to get into stand-up? Like what was like your like moment where you're like, I need this. I need to go do this.
Well, I always wanted to do it. It was always something that but I never thought it was a real job. I thought that someone just told you that's what you did. And then my buddy, I don't know if you know a guy named Bob Place out of Atlanta, super funny comic.
Yeah, I know Bob.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, he was doing stand-up since high school. And he would like on weekends, he'd be out in the clubs. They'd have to like sneak him in the back door, go on stage because he was like 15.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I lived in Florida for a while and got, I was like, had a job I hated, a girlfriend I hated, just kind of the whole, everything sucked. I didn't want to be in Florida. And I lost all of it in like a week. Like I quit my job. We broke off an engagement. And then I was like, fuck it. I called up Bob and I was like, hey man, I'm thinking about coming to Atlanta just to do comedy. He goes, oh man, I just got my 3rd DUI. Can you want to be my opener and drive me? Because he was working the road. And I was like, done. Like you don't have to pay me. Just pay for gas. Like I'm in. And so we just hit the road for like 2 years basically. And then started planning routes in Atlanta and like working from there. And just kind of was one of those things where I just decided like, I'm just going to go head first into it. And
so that's like a fantastic crash course to just like throw yourself all the way in.
Yeah.
And I think it's a very common thing with comedians where it's not like, well, I'm going to plan on doing comedy, but I'm going to have this job as a side thing. And then I'm going to make it all work. It's always like anybody that's gotten anywhere in comedy. It's always, I was at the lowest point in my life. And I was like, you know what, let's try this thing I've always dreamt of doing.
Yeah. And then luckily I had money like saved up, not like rich money, but I had money from working. I had like a decent job.
Mm-hmm.
And then that went away very quickly.
Yeah.
Because I just did nothing but stand up. And then, I ended up like, all the stupid shit you're not supposed. I was, delivery driver, bartender, importer, exporter of sorts. It got, you do anything you can, but it was worth it because, now look at me. I'm on the Bill Squire Show.
That's right. You made it.
I made it.
I mean, this is the Tonight Show of Cleveland, really.
Oh man. Yeah.
But so you got into comedy and you started like when was like the first gig that you're like, all right, I'm getting good at this. Like I can hang, I can do this shit.
Hopefully in March when I do Mohegan Sun in Connecticut, that'll be the first. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever felt that. I feel like every weekend, like especially when I'm on the road, like every weekend there's one show where I'm like, oh, okay, you know what you're doing. Yeah. But that's only because, 2 crowds just made you want to jump off a bridge and then one crowd didn't. And you're like, oh, I'm a comic.
It's funny. I asked Tom Papa the same question and he goes immediately. And I was like, that's
Papa's a different animal though.
Right. And I'm like, you fucking asshole. Like, I don't like that answer at all. I want Tom, show me some weakness. And he's like, no, I'm good at everything I do. And it's great. But I
remember the first time I did well in my mind, like the first time that I got laughs to the point where I was like, oh, these laughs are sustaining. I was, less than a year into comedy and I went to school in South Georgia and I went back with Bob, one of like the road things we were doing and I was like, oh, we can make a stop off in Valdosta, which is where I went to college.
Mm-hmm.
There's a comedy show. I'd love to go back and do it. My friend that I graduated college with worked at the local newspaper at that point, and she hits me up when I posted. She goes, hey, do you want to do an interview? I was like, sure. They put me on the front page of the daily newspaper or like the Valdosta Daily Times.
Mm-hmm.
Like my photo, they're like, graduate makes good or something. I was like, oh my God, this is not.
You are overplaying this right now. Yeah.
Way overplaying it. And then I played the school. We did a gig at the school and just was awful because it was just like sorority girls that were like forced to go because it was like a school event. And it's like you have to go to a certain number of like school events. But then we went into town that night and we did 2 shows at this like bar. And I remember I have it on tape somewhere that I was like doing good, which I had never experienced before. And I looked back over at Bob, who's man of the camera, and I was like, I kept looking. I'm like, what the hell's happening? Because they were like, the laughs kept going and going. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, how's this happening? I didn't know what's going on.
That's awesome.
I still remember that. Like, I still have that in my mind at the first time of being like, oh, okay, there's something here.
Yeah, no, that's kind of what I was looking for is that moment where you're like, okay, I can get laughter for a sustained amount of time. And that's such a nice feeling, especially where I feel like the first year I was in comedy was so up and down where like you'd be like you'd have one show and you'd be like, oh my God, that was so good, and you'd run to another show that same night and it would be the exact opposite, and it would like just devastate you, and everything was so much higher and lower back then because you weren't used to it yet. So all the highs were just like putting you on this cloud where you're like, all right, well, Comedy Central should be calling any day now, and then every low's like, there's nothing in this for me.
Oh man, I mean, I don't know how much you experienced of it in New York, but like when you have like 3 or 4 shows in a night, and you're like you do great on 3, and then the last one you have to wait forever to get on, you bomb, and then you have to take an hour and a half train ride back to Queens, and you're just sitting there alone. Your headphones died, you don't have anything to read, and you're just sitting in your own filth for like an hour and a half, just waiting to get home at 2 o'clock in the morning.
I mean, I've definitely had like the road version of that, where it's like you had all week, and then like your last
you decided
night,
it was a good idea to get a hotel in the next town. I'll just drive through the night. So it's like, just such stupid moves.
Yep. So you moved to New York, and then you've been on like some TV shows and stuff. You're on Power.
No, I was on a show called The Game.
The Game.
Yeah.
And then like a cooking show.
Couple seasons. Yeah. And then I did, I did some like McCormick Spice hired me to do to be like a face for a couple of their like cooking shows, segments. And that did really well on YouTube. And then that led to me getting a deal recently with a major network for cooking that about 2 weeks ago, they just shelved the project after they bought it, filmed it. We were getting ready to find out if we were going to series, and they were like, "Ooh, we're not going to take it."
Man,
yeah,
what a goddamn business! And
then the McCormick people, I shouldn't be talking about this because the McCormick people are great people, but they hit up my manager like, "Hey, we're bringing them back for another round, and the second round is going to be more money." It was this whole great thing, and then they hit him back like the next day, like, "Actually, I spoke too soon. They might not be doing this project at all anymore." It's like, so within like the same 3-day period, it's like, TV, things are going well. And then just slowly falling on my face.
Yeah, that's
I'll keep making my TikToks.
But I have a friend that he started doing TikToks, and he's got like this booming voice, and he got all his voiceover. Like he's got 1.6 million followers, and like he blew
What's his
up
name?
on TikTok.
Who is it?
Stephen Johnson. He's
I'll have to look him up.
He's not a comic. He's just a voiceover guy, and he was doing like food reviews, and it's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, and then there's a few people I know that have gotten pretty good followings on there, and it's like I feel like comics are always so reluctant, and it's the ones that embrace the new technology that get that leg up when everybody else is like, TikTok, I'm not gonna get on TikTok, and then you see your friend that embraced it, and you're like, oh, okay, now you did the right thing. You got there early.
Oh, my friend was she had an Instagram of just silly stuff. It wasn't even like her comedy or anything like that. She's a comedian. And then she used that. It blew up. It's like a huge Instagram. She used that to promote a podcast that promoted her stand-up. And now she's in the top like 10 worldwide for the last like 2 years. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's
Focusing just on stand-up has been the worst thing ever.
I know, right?
That's why now I'm like, okay, COVID. Okay, let me figure out how to use a camera. Let me figure out how to and let me get on TikTok. And I've had like something like 1 million or something likes and views.
That's
and
awesome.
Stuff so far. It's not consistent at all. The next video would be like 200, but it's something to make you feel like you're alive.
It's getting something going, and so it's a weird business, and you just got to keep throwing it at the wall and see what sticks, and hope that you can make a living, and then hopefully make some more. I've been lucky because I've been on the radio for about 8 years in Cleveland, and having like a day, not like a day job, but like a steady gig doing, I mean, I guess it's a day job but like afternoon drive doing talk radio. So it's a lot of fun every day. And like it came in, it's very nice to have once the pandemic hit, because I was still having the majority of my income.
Great.
So one thing that I wanted to do, so you are from, I already forgot where you're from. Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yes.
But actually, but you're talking about radio. Before I left Atlanta, I had been like the comic that would go on the morning radio show.
Oh, nice.
On the show called The Regular Guys, which have been an institution in Atlanta forever. Yeah. And I was starting to get on quite a bit. And then one of the hosts, the main guy, do you know Larry?
I know the name of the show.
Okay. Well, the lead guy, I don't care about saying his name because I think he's a prick, but he hosted a show at the Improv in Atlanta. He was like the guest host, and then I was like the MC, and he just bombed because he's just not a funny guy. He's funny on the radio, but he's just not a funny guy in person.
Yeah.
And he ate it, packed house, and I had to go up after him and clean up. And I said something like, "Hey guys, give it up for Larry. He's funny on the radio. I promise. That got a huge laugh. And then that next day, I was banned from that station.
Dang.
Because I
thin as skin, man, thin as skin.
Yes, but then I got a job on one of the regular guys spun off, and then I was on his show for a while. And if I had stayed in Atlanta, I probably would have ended up being on radio, which would have been awesome. But
yeah,
got to go to New York.
It's a good gig. Now you're a talented guy, and like I said, your cooking videos that I've watched on Instagram, they draw me in. They usually have a recipe that I want to make or make, like trick my girlfriend into making. I'll go, you couldn't make this, and she goes, oh yes I can, and then but
that's great. But are they usable? Like, are you able? Is it like easy to follow, or like when you go to the link with the actual recipe?
Yeah, it's everything, and especially because there's so many recipes where you look something up and it's got the blog, and it's like almost a cliche now where they have the big long blog, and they're like, Let me tell
you why I think chili is a great dish. I don't care. I just want to make it.
I was homeless, and then I had this very traumatic experience. Like I'm just trying to make some crepes.
French fries actually were invented in Brussels. All right, man. I don't care.
Just give me.
Show me how to cut the potato.
The click. I just want to make the thing. But you're not related to the Albanese candy company at all, are you?
No, I get text and tagged in that all the time, and now I'm starting to tell people that I am.
Yeah, you should,
because it's funny.
They're premium.
I think I tweeted that the other day, something like, "Yes, for the last time, I am part of the Albanese candy fortune."
I
told nobody.
They make the best gummy bears. I'm a little bit of a gummy bear snob. They're good, man.
I've never had them.
Oh, you know what? When we're done with this, send me your address, and I'll mail you some.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great. I would love gummy bears in the mail.
They're so good. They're so good, though.
I'd love to. I mean, I'm not a candy guy. I'm an everything else guy, but I'm not a huge candy guy. I love chocolate, but I've just never gotten into candy.
All right, well then maybe I won't send them.
Send them.
I'll send them.
Put me on the only path left I have of not dying young.
All right.
Get me into candy, baby.
I'll get you. I will. I think these could be the thing that brings you into candy. I think this will be the thing that lights that fire, and you go, oh, now I need all the food, not just everything else. Absolutely. I need the candy to be a part of it. What's your go-to food? Like you just want to make something real quick, comfort food. Like what's your favorite thing? I love Latin food. That's it's actually just tonight. I just got done eating. I've kind of made like a quick paella. It's just like a Puerto Rican style mix of like rice, potatoes, a bunch of veggies, sauteed, or like really quickly pan fried up some bone-in chicken thighs, like sofrito, sazon, stuff like that. Just throw it in with some rice and just let it go for an hour. And that sounds incredible.
That stuff's super easy. Yeah. Just an easy, quick one pot kind of thing.
I'd
say anything Latin or I like making pizza. Like when I have fresh dough, that's like, I'm in heaven. I was making pizza dough the other day. I just roll in dough. Like I can sit here all day and just roll this dough. Just feeling it. When it comes to Latin food, my buddy Jim Tews, who's out there, he lives in Jim. Ridgewood. Yeah, he's one of my, we started together in Cleveland. Oh, great. So I'll stay with him when I do go to the city. And there used to be a food truck right by him that was Dominican, and they had the chimichurri, and they had a version that was like chicken and beef, and it was just it was everything together, and it was the best drunk sandwich that I'd ever had. Where we were out, we did a couple shows, and then we went and drank, and we came back to his place, and we stopped and got these chimichurris, and the combination of the beef and chicken, I'm like, that's not going to be good, and then it was incredible. I've never had anything that's matched that. I'll go out of my way for a good taco or for a good a good sandwich. Tacos I'll go to the end of the earth for. Last time I was in LA, I drove 2 hours one way out of the way to get a taco in a parking lot, and I still dream about that taco to this day. There was a place by the Tampa Improv that's since closed. It was called something Alaskan Tacos or something. Oh, okay. And they put the meat in, and then they deep fry the shell in the meat. And it was the best taco I've ever had. And then it closed a month after I was there. And it was so good, though. I never had anything that good as far as tacos go. And there's nothing more disappointing, though, because in Cleveland, I'm not going to say the name of the place, but there's this one chain that is a local chain, and people go crazy for it.
and the tacos are mediocre. Like they're so mediocre, but the atmosphere is great. They have good food there, but the tacos aren't the best. And you also have to like kind of build them yourself. And so if someone doesn't know what they're doing, or, you know, it's one of those things where people like talk about this place like, oh, we got to go there. It's the best. And I'm just like, anywhere else, please. Anywhere else.
I'm about to put up another video of making homemade, like fresh tortillas, like corn tortillas with masa. Man. It's talking about simple. It's 3 ingredients and a pan, and that's it. It's so easy. And the taste is like, no, I don't care how good of a packed corn tortilla you can find. They're not as good as when you make them fresh. It's fantastic.
So I grew up Mormon, and I grew up in Cleveland. Yeah, I got a whole backstory.
Can we change the podcast and I just ask you questions about that?
I can just send you a podcast where I talked about it.
Okay, please do, because I'm fascinated.
I actually, it's the Mormon and the Meth Head. I did a pretty in-depth episode with them.
Hell yeah!
So if you know Aaron and what's her name? I can't remember, but it was good. It was good. We went in deep. But the thing about it was we go out to Utah and visit people, and Utah has a pretty amazing scene when it comes to restaurants, because Mormons send everybody all over the world. People learn these other cultures, and then they,
never thought of it that way,
and they bring them back. And so like there's all these crazy restaurants that were just so good. So you have like these Brazilian restaurants and like these Korean restaurants and all these different amazing.
I can't believe I've never known that. So
yeah.
Utah or Salt Lake City, and Utah is like one of the only states I haven't been to, and I'm like looking for a reason, and now I can go. There's
a great culinary scene now, and they're just really good, and people are so like, I don't know, it's a nice place to visit. It's not a place I want to live, but visiting there, and especially for food, is fantastic. Because
I can't wait now. You just blew my mind. I can't believe I never made that connection.
Yeah, it's nobody would think that, because people don't know enough about Mormons that they like, oh, they're kind of Amish, they're kind of Jehovah's Witnessy, but it's they have their own weird cult thing going on, but it includes a lot of good food.
The most I know is from the play Book of Mormon.
Yeah, that was kind of my
like a dozen times.
That's almost my story, where I went on a mission and started sinning and got sent home early because I started drinking and had sex with a girl, and like. It's a pretty wild story. I'll send you the link for the podcast I was on.
Yeah, please do.
My dog gets a little annoyed when I podcast because I don't pay attention to her. She's part of the podcast now, though, so that's what it is. All right. Another thing I wanted to talk to you about was trending topics. So I don't know how, like, one thing I'm trying to learn is how to manipulate the algorithm to get people to pay attention. Mm-hmm. And so with YouTube, there's all these search terms that are popular search terms, and they just, people just click on them because it's got that, you say PewDiePie and people will click on that. And I don't know anything about any of them. And so then I just pick one at random and I try and see if you know about it. And if we don't know anything about it, we can make it up.
Yeah.
And maybe PewDiePie will talk shit about us, and then we'll get canceled by a Swedish guy. I think it'd be great.
I only know about PewDiePie because I like Mr. Beast, and he's always talking about him. Never seen a single video. I just know that he talks about that guy a lot.
And who's Mr. Beast?
Mr. Beast is the best. He's this kid. He's like this 22-year-old kid in North Carolina. He's like a gamer, but he figured out how to manipulate the algorithm. Mm-hmm. And now he makes so much money off of his videos, but he spends most of that money to make the video. So it's like just the crazy shit ever. Like he'll go, I'm going to buy this entire store. He'd buy this entire store and like watch it happen. It's really cool.
Yeah, I have seen some of his videos, and that, like, I'm like, how is this set up? And then that's wild.
Yeah, he bought every car on a car lot and then sold them all for like $1. To just anyone randomly coming in, like, hey, I'm looking for a car. They're like, well, special today, it's $1, and like giving cars away for $1.
That's insane.
It's nuts. Yeah,
that's like the younger generation is going to be so good at making money, but not attached to it the way older generations are.
Maybe.
I think that's a really good thing.
Yeah.
I
mean, let's be honest. He's keeping some for himself.
Of course, yeah.
I think his net worth is like $60 million, and he's 23. He started doing YouTube 4 years ago, and he's like the number 2 YouTuber in the world. That's crazy.
And it's like I was on YouTube like the first week, and I couldn't figure out how to make anything that people wanted to watch.
Yeah. Well, welcome to everyone else's world.
I know, right? So yeah, PewDiePie, I think the thing that he started doing is he's got like a video avatar now. That's like the most recent thing that I saw him trending for. So instead of his face, he's like a cartoon, but it like maps to his face. So when he's talking, it's like Black Mirror stuff.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's real weird, and people are like either loving it or hating it. But it's just one of those things where it's like,
they're watching it. Who cares?
Yeah, people are watching it. And it's like one of those things where I'm like, man, this would be fantastic for me, because like me as a cartoon is adorable.
Sure.
Like a chubby cartoon Bill is so much better than this. Hold on. You got my headphones. Sorry about that. Here, let me show you my dog. So you can see.
I wish I had a dog. Our super doesn't allow pets.
Yeah, I got a condo last year, and she's being a jerk. So I got her right before everything locked down, and it's the best decision I made because it kept me from completely falling apart.
Yeah, we bought a car. That's how our right before we knew how bad it was going to be, and it's like the greatest thing we ever did. Oh, look at this guy.
Yeah, this is
it a golden doodle?
Yeah, she's a petite golden doodle. Her name's Whoopsie.
Is she nuts? I hear golden doodles are insane.
She's all right because she's like, I try to keep her busy and like being home enough. Like she definitely is energetic. I mean, she's only a year old, but she's actually not as bad as I think or not as crazy as the full size ones.
Yeah,
she has her moments, but overall, we play fetch for about 2 hours every day.
Yeah. We want a dog, but we settled for the 07 Accord.
Hey, that's a reliable automobile.
It really is.
Good choice. All right. Last thing before we go. I have been watching Friends. Do you have like a guilty pleasure? And I don't even have a guilt about it, but just like one of those shows you turn on in the background when you're doing other shit and just kind of laugh at it, or my girlfriend will be over and we're playing with the dog, but we have that on, we laugh at it a little bit, but it's not all that engaging.
I like Below Deck.
Okay. That's nice trash TV.
I guess it's guilty. Yeah, my girlfriend got me into it, and with lockdown, it's like I know everything about The Bachelor's last season, 2 seasons, Below Deck, all that dumb shit. But
90 Day Fiance was one that we went into, or before the 90 days. Love at First Sight, yeah, that's a good one.
Married at First Sight was seeing that, but yeah, I watch Below Deck. I'll keep it on. Like if it's on, I'll just put it on and I'll work, and like I'll look up and like, oh look, the decky is having sex with the stew. All right, I'm back to it.
That's one of those.
I like that show because it's like a reality show, which I don't like those like fake housewife shit. But these people are actually doing a job, which is it's setups and it's TV, but they're like they still have to like pull the anchor up and like do real work, which is I find that to be a little bit more relaxing for me to be able to watch someone actually have to do something.
It's a little more anchored, if you will, and
it's
reality
slightly more real, yeah.
But it is, and also it is, if you work in those jobs, it's very incestuous, so that people are hooking up and they are having that, and it's the same in working in a restaurant or in a comedy scene where everybody's just fucking each other, and you're like, we should probably stop this.
Yeah, everyone has everyone's HPV now, so can we just knock this off?
Yeah, and nobody's happy about it. No one's
no.
There's been like 8 successful relationships in the history of comedians hooking up. We should probably just put an end to that. But
really.
Oh well. So but the thing I've been doing with Friends. Did you ever watch Friends at all?
I know everything about Friends.
You know every single thing about Friends?
I think so.
Okay. Well, I've been writing new punchlines for Chandler.
Sure.
So I'm going to set up a scene for you. I'm going to read 3 punchlines, and I'm going to have you guess which one is the one that was actually on the show.
Okay.
All right. So it's Rachel. He's at Rachel's work, and Rachel's boss says, Bing.
I know this episode.
You know this episode. All right.
Yep.
Bing. That's a great name. And Chandler replies, thanks. It used to be Bing Bong, but my family dropped the bong because of the 60s.
No.
All right. Chandler picks up the phone. Can you tell Jack DeWatt, my 6th grade bully?
Let's hear the last one.
All right. Thanks. It's Gaelic for thy turkey's done.
No, I think the second one.
You think it's the bully one?
I think so.
And it was not that. It was the last one. It was Thy Turkey's Dead.
All right. I gave him too much credit. Which one did you write? The other two?
I wrote the other two.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, which one did? No, I looked the other one up. What a dumb question.
I looked.
Which one was yours?
I looked to see who else had written punchlines for Chandler.
That specific episode, yeah.
The second one was Tommy John again, and then I did that. No, they're all me except for the one that was actually on the show, and it's actually like I'll just be watching an episode. I'm like, man, these jokes are so like I like the easiness of it, where it's like I've seen that show enough times, but I don't have everything memorized where I can like guess what's going to happen, and you're usually pretty close.
Yeah, I've let some of that slip into my normal life. Like if my girlfriend gets pissed at me or we're getting into a fight, so I have more than one time when she like say some shit, I'll be like, fine by me. You know, I love that's one of my favorite ones to slip into because she doesn't like Friends, so she doesn't know any of the lines, so I can pass them off as my own.
Oh, nice. Ross's physical comedy is unbelievable, and I think it's so underrated because he really like that's what carries his whole character. Where people are like, I don't like Ross. I'm like, watch how he moves. Stop worrying about what he's saying. He's a psycho. He's a crazy person, but the way he moves and the way he reacts to things and the way he just is so in the scene and so committed is the best.
I think that David Schwimmer is an underrated actor because of Ross.
Yeah,
you know, because everything else he's in, it's so wild, it's so vastly different from that, which makes you know, like, oh shit, this guy's a good character actor and a good actor. He had a show on FX. It lasted like one season. I can't remember. He's like a restaurant owner, and then the mob got involved, and it was awesome, and then they canceled it.
Yeah,
but yeah, I like Schwimmer a lot.
He's real good, and that's why he was the most reluctant to take the role because he didn't want to get like set as that. And
sorry, millionaire.
Yeah, but then once he started making 20 million episodes, he's like, it's fine.
I'll be all right. Yeah.
Yeah. It really is like a well, just overall the arc of the show is pretty solid, and the characters are fun, and I just really I like going back to that kind of nostalgia that I had where TV was just TV, and you didn't have to see every episode in a row. You can just kind of pop in and enjoy it.
Even halfway through an episode. So,
yeah.
You know, I had a meeting last year with a network, and I was pitching some show ideas, and they were like, "Here, these are too complicated. We need something that people can watch at any time, not have to care about what happened right before it or right after." I was like, "Oh, I got nothing for you then. I don't have." Yeah. They're like, "We need something stupid." They told me they want stupid television. I was like, "Okay, well, I'll leave." And my stuff's dumb, but I don't think it's stupid.
Right. Yeah, there's a difference between dumb and stupid. I think like there's a goofiness to a lot of the comedy that I do, but it's not stupid. There are people that think it's stupid. I don't know how much you've had to deal with people just treating you like you're not a human because you're like in the public eye, but on the radio, you get a lot of that because there's people that just turn on their radio and they just go, I don't like his voice. Everything he says is terrible. And so then they find you on social media and they go, I hate everything about you. And you're like, I just was saying that I hope that the Chiefs win, you know?
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, cool. Thanks. People talk shit to me on TikTok for my recipes, and I'll just say, hey, thanks. Someone commented about my recipe I put up, and they were like, so-and-so did this better. I was like, thanks, man.
Okay.
Like,
what am I supposed to do with that?
Go there. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. What am I supposed to do? My girlfriend will be on my podcast from time to time, and she is experienced her first hate where someone said like, I'd rather eat my own shit than listen to her. And she got a little in her feelings about it. I'm like, that's just a person that wants to eat their shit.
Yeah.
That's just someone that's looking for an excuse.
They're just manifesting their own destiny.
Yeah. They're just like, oh, one like, and I'll eat my own shit. And they like it themselves.
Here's the spoon, pal.
Mm-hmm. Well, what should people make for Super Bowl Sunday? You're at home. It's just you and maybe one other person. What are like some simple things people can eat besides the Tom Brady diet?
Chilies.
Yes, the chili that you made looks incredible.
It's so good, and it's again, it takes a little bit of time if you got patience, but it's nothing. You just need a pot, and that's it, like a cutting board. That's it, and it's so good. And you don't even have to go as far as toasting your own anchos, but I did that because I was doing it based on the Office recipe. I just kind of came up with it, but it basically, you throw everything into a pot, you cover it, and that's it. It's so good. And then wings, you can go to Trader Joe's, get frozen wings. You don't have to get the fresh. You don't have to. I prefer frozen wings. Throw them in the air fryer. It's just easy. It's easy and it's delicious. There's such a huge payoff for such a little amount of effort.
Do you have to defrost them, or can you throw them in?
I go right frozen.
Nice.
375 for 15, and 400 until they're like the crispiness I like. No oil. All that fat inside there is going to work perfectly. And then I make my own like sauces and like my own blue cheese. But even just like a packet of blue cheese or something, it's too easy to not do on your own. Yeah,
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the peanut butter and jelly wings that you did, and I think we might do chili too. I think the idea it's hilarious.
Send me those pics. I love seeing when people send me their versions of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the wings are good. The peanut butter sauce, I said it in the video, on its own, it's just like you wouldn't eat a scoop of blue cheese.
Right.
Because then it's like, I mean, I would, and I have.
Yeah, I have.
But like, if you eat it by itself, you're like, all right. But the combo of the two is that's what it's about. So the peanut butter sauce, it's like, okay. But when you do that combo, it takes it to the next level.
There was something she said. My girlfriend goes, I'm not even going anywhere near this, because I just sent her the link and she didn't even watch it. She just saw peanut butter and jelly wings, and she's like, I'm not going to do this. The only way this could be good is if there's soy sauce in it. And I go, actually, there is. And she's like, fine, we'll make it. So
fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there's soy in both of them, in the wings and in the sauce. So
yeah, I think it'll blow her mind. I think she can be a little stubborn, but I think when we make this,
but play with it. If she wants to do something else, or like a different type of jelly, like it's it's food. The only one my belief in food, because I was a pizza tour guide for years in New York before I was making any money at comedy.
Did you work with Alexis?
Oh yeah, he's the one that got me the job.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like no one can tell you what you think is good food, So alter any recipe, order it however you like. Eat your pizza with a fork and knife if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
That's I don't, just because I'm not going to do it one way doesn't mean someone else shouldn't do it. So if you want to swap something out, if you don't like ginger, whatever, it's not the end of the world. So
yeah, and also a nice metaphor for living life. Live your life by eating it with a knife and a fork.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, thank you so much. If you want to find Mike and follow him on Instagram, he's Big Man Mike on Instagram, correct?
Yeah, and then if you go to TikTok, Eat Mike.
Just Eat Mike?
Eat Mike, and then there's a link that links to everything on there as well. So
awesome.
That's probably the easiest one, because that you could put multiple links on there.
Mm-hmm.
So you just go to Eat Mike on TikTok and then hit the link up there. It's got everything, all my stuff.
Yeah. Find all about you. Awesome, man. Well, thank you so much for being on my show, and I'll send you some pics, and take it easy.
Yeah, buddy. Thanks.
That's well, there we go now. Thanks for checking out this episode of the Bill Squire Show. I think I'm going to do it like this. I think I'm going to keep going live with it. I think it's fun, and I want to make it more interactive. I want to set it up in a way where I can take phone calls. You can still call the number, though. I have a number that you can call, and if you call the number, you can leave a voice message, and then we can just, chat it up. So make sure you follow Mike on Instagram, Big Man Mike, and also on TikTok at Eat Mike. And very funny dude, very, very affable dude. We are not related. I've had a lot of people ask if we were related. No, we just look a lot alike. And like as soon as we turned on the Zoom, he was like, oh man, it's like looking into a mirror. I'm like, yeah, we're handsome. So make sure you follow him. And then also, before we go, watch the Cavs. They're a good team this year. They're not the best team, but that's part of the climb. You got to appreciate these tough times that they're having, where they're learning and figuring out how to play as a team, and watching the growth and development of the players. It's been very fun to watch, and they have a lot of fight in them. They're playing a tough schedule right now, and they're losing, but I think they're gonna turn it around. I I think they're going to make the playoffs this year. So check that out. Don't forget to go and check out the Bill Squire Show store. Links in my bio on Instagram and Twitter. And that's all. Thank you guys for watching. And we'll be back next week. I think we're going to stick with this time slot, 11 a.m. on Saturday mornings. And I think Mary's going to be on next week's episode. I should probably figure that out. Yeah, she'll be on. So that's all. All right. That's